Spider here for Farming Simulator 22. Today's video is about root crops, the efficiency and profit, and that's what we're going to be looking at today. So I've got two of them running, as you can see. This is the Lizard Colossus root crop harvester, and then the other one is the T440 Custom, which I generally prefer over the other harvester. These are about the only two I've used, and I've tried the Rexor, I've tried the base game. These two for me usually work the best, and the T440 for me I feel like is the most efficient, the fastest, and the better one, although as you can see this one's going much faster, but I generally always have to go back and hit a bunch of stuff that it missed with AI if I'm using AI. Now, we're not going to harvest all these fields. This was just to show you, for a single player, for efficiency and profit, I'm trying to get it and get it done. So what do I want to use? How am I going to use it? And this is what I use. The T440 for me usually works best, which is this one. And as you can see, it does a pretty good job for the most part. It misses some things here and there. But let's hop out of this one and let it finish. So you know as well as I do, obviously when it's finished, you just run and you're going to dump it into your dump trailers. This is our parsnip field. Now, as far as productions go, what am I going to do with it after that? Now, I've already got these productions running for us. Okay. And I've got a tractor back here that already has carrots, and parsnips and red beets. Now, as far as your productions go, these are the ones you get to choose from. You've got a preserved food factory, you've got the soup factory, and then you also have this juice factory that makes things. Now, you got potatoes in there as well. Now, I've got another video that I did on fruit greenhouses, so you can check that out as far as looking at potatoes. But you can also do it as a root crop as well, of course, too. But for this video, we're using them from the fruit greenhouse. And as you can see, obviously they pop out. And there's your product here in the juice factory. Let's walk back over to our soup factory. And as you can see, we have plenty of pallets of soup. There is some more potato, red beet, carrots. Now, as far as single player goes, I do not do a lot of pallet work. I feel like that all the forklifting and all of that stuff is better for multiplayer. I run a very, very, very large farm when I play. So it's very difficult for me to come over here. Now, auto-loading trailers are okay. The problem that we run into with auto-loading trailers is, since there are multiple products here, I've only found one trailer that will load multiple products and not wipe out the first product you picked up. Because auto-loading pallet trailers will pick up one, and it just keeps picking up everything, and it wipes out everything that you put in there until the last thing it picks up is what's left. So this is more of a forklift or multiple trailer pickup, which, like I said, I only know of one auto-loading trailer that's for auto pickup. So the best thing for me is I just pop in here and I'm going to set everything to sell. Now, I know there's a lot of people that disagree with that, but I'm going to show you why it is the best for me. We got to go up to get to our other production here. There it is. Sell. Now, why do I set everything to sell? Because, as you say, I was told that if I sell it straight from here, I lose money. That's very possible. But I don't care, because I'm not going to lose that much money. To me, it's $2,077 for tomato juice. I mean, all these are right around, these juice products are all right around $2,000 to $2,200. As you can see, And if you go up a little bit more, let's get into, because you have to go all the way to the bottom for the juice. And you come back up here. There's your soups. Run about 24, 20, you know, so there it is, 22, 22, 2,000, and then 2,400 for potato soup. So don't forget your potato soup. It's worth more. Then here is your preserves. Not a whole lot of money there. But if you just set it all to sell while you're off running around doing other things, and if you watch my other videos, you know that I'm running greenhouses as well. So the profit's there. Now, again, if you want to play multiplayer, then obviously I'm all about using forklift. If I played multiplayer, yes, somebody come on over here and you can forklift these things all day long, put them in a trailer, and somebody else can drive it off. But when you run a large farm like I do, because generally I have cattle, and I'll have, you know, at least 10 to 12 productions running. So for me, my profit's there enough. So you got to, it really just depends on how you want to play the game. Real quick before we finish this, do me a favor, like and subscribe and hit that notifications button so you know when I have new content coming out. And lastly, don't forget, last couple of videos too, I've been putting some little Easter eggs in these videos, and I'm curious to see if anybody is picking up on these. And if you are, what is it from and where? So those are your 3 productions for the 3 base game. Well, it was downloadable content, but it's still base game. Root crops, so red beets, carrots, and parsnips. Now, we didn't do anything with parsnips, but I'm pretty sure you get the general idea of what I'm talking about. I did start it. Like I said, the other reason I do not like this is it wouldn't let me hire an AI, one. And of course, you have to have a trailer here for it to dump it to, or it just stows it all on the ground and you lose it all. So I've never liked this, and I didn't used to use any of these crops. So, because I didn't like that. I didn't like the base game. Let's find our AI here. He's probably in another field. There he is. All right, so, and there you have, so we're at about, that's a pretty good amount there. But it's a pretty good sized field too. So, and it's doing it very efficiently. And see, while it's doing this and it hasn't missed a whole lot, I could take a break and I can go hit the spots that it's missed. But I'm already going to be over here with a mulcher, mulching the areas that's already been done. And then going back to, well, I'd probably fertilize first, then mulch, then plow. I lime every time just because I know in 22 it's only required like every 3 or 4 harvests. But that's not always the case because I have plowed things before and came back and it told me that I had to lime, and I already limed it just the previous harvest. So I generally lime every time. It doesn't hurt. It's not that expensive. And again, if you watch my video on the fruit greenhouses, you're going to see that I make all my own lime. So it's not a big deal to me anyways. I always have an excess of lime for these fields. And like I said, as you can see, I do believe that this is going to be the better harvester. I've always pretty much liked this harvester over this one. It's not doing a bad job. I don't know. I just prefer the T4 over the Lizard version. Both do a pretty good job. The T4, now I know that if you want to do other things with it, you will have to buy the $250 add-on. In-game, of course. It's an in-game add-on, like for sugar beet or sugar cane, because that will do everything. So, guys, that's almost about it. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. But this is, to me, I think this is the most efficient way to get your profit and get it quick for single-player games. Again, we've talked about it 1,000 times. There's nothing wrong with multiplayer. Just a lot of people aren't playing multiplayer. So, you know, people were asking me, you know, as a single player, how are you getting this done? And this is exactly it. This is how I'm getting it done. I'm letting these AIs do their things. I go back and I'll hit the other things they've missed. While he's halfway over there, I'm over there already refertilizing. Then I'm mulching, and that's how I'm getting it done. All the while, I have everything set to distribute to wherever it needs to go to its final product, and then the very last product destination is set to sell. And I make anywhere from $7 to $10 million a month on any map that I play without money cheats, period. And I do it on most base game crops. I'm not playing on maps that have anything special. Western Wilds, there are no extra crops. This is Zelonka. There's no extra special crops. Elm Creek, there's no extra special crops. Deadwood, there's a few, but I mean nothing that, I mean, there are actually some crops on Deadwood that I really like that really help out a lot. So I won't talk about Deadwood, but as far as like these kind of maps go, there's nothing special. There's no special crops that are making me a ton of money. But guys, that is how I do it. I appreciate you watching as always, and until next time.